Welcome back, guys. A lot to cover here today. A new report out of the National Association of Realtors stating home prices are dropping in Florida and other popular markets. However, here's why homeowners should not panic. Can't wait to hear these reasons. We'll go through them here. But as you guys know, mainstream media really picking up on the price declines throughout the state of Florida. Again, still primarily focused in the Southwest region. And I think that's going to just continue to fan out. I was suspecting that might happen when this originated here. You know, I've mentioned before on the channel that I kind of feel like this is, in retrospect, going to be looked at as like the epicenter, we'll call it, the epicenter of whatever this becomes, a crash, a correction, whatever it may be. But the media picking up on this, even the National Association of Realtors mentioning it, is, I don't want to say like confirmation of what's going on. You know, a lot of people tell me it's still not happening. This isn't what's going on here. I'm just making this stuff up. Where people will say home prices are up nationally year over year. They are, but not in a lot of regions in Southwest Florida. They're down considerably in quite a few of them. If you guys have seen my other content, you know that. So from this article, it states nearly 17% of the country's markets, or 38 cities, experienced price declines in the first quarter of 2025 compared to a year ago. That's higher than the fourth quarter of 2024. And why that's substantial is the fourth quarter is the fall. We always have slower sales in the fall, but the price declines were bigger in the spring in these markets, is what they're saying. And that's kind of what I've seen here in Southwest Florida as well. The price declines were substantially higher year over year this spring. We had a high velocity of sales, but people are not paying retail. They want deals. And it seems like they're getting them. So that was interesting. Only 11% of 228 markets analyzed saw a slump in prices in the fall, but now 17% in the spring. That's kind of just shifting nationally. And very briefly, guys, if you enjoy this content, please consider hitting that like button, maybe commenting down below, giving me a subscribe possibly. It helps the channel out immensely, and I am so grateful to everyone who has already done so and joined me on this ride. Thanks again, and we'll get back to the video. Now, their economist does predict, for some reason, that some areas that have experienced price drops in the first quarter, including Austin, San Antonio, Texas, Huntsville, Alabama, and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, could bounce back, and they have in quotes, fairly quickly. They say, it's literally an article, fairly quickly. How quickly is fairly quickly? What does that mean? Is that weeks, months, years? How? They don't define it, which is kind of the trend here. They also go on to state, the same is true for many hard-hit Florida markets. According to The Economist, in all, 11 areas across the Sunshine State saw local home prices either decline or remain flat year over year. Okay. And that's basically the whole article. Now they started it as, here's why homeowners shouldn't panic. Why? What's the reason? There's nothing in here. What do you, because they could bounce back fairly quickly. Yeah. I mean, a lot of things could happen. What does that mean? That's it. That's all they say. Don't panic because they could come back quickly. Well, okay. How? Why? So let's get a little more elaborate. Nope. Just everything's going to be fine. It's fine. Don't even sweat it. We're good. That's basically what that amounts to. I'm not saying they can't bounce back fairly quickly, but I sure would like a few more parameters on what that might look like other than, trust me, bro, because that's basically what it amounted to. So that kind of surprised me. Now, they did provide a nice infographic that I will throw up here on the screen on the top 10 cities where home prices are falling fast. Number 2, again, where I'm walking here today, Punta Gorda, Florida, where people tell me again, still, this is not happening. It's realtor.com, guys. I'm not making this up. I don't choose. I'm not lying. It's right there in the infographic. But other notable areas were Sebastian, Florida, with a 8.2% price decline. We had places in Minnesota, Boulder, Colorado, Logan, Utah, St. George, Utah, Sherman, Texas, Abilene, Texas, Cape Coral. There we are. I knew you'd be on there somewhere, Cape Coral. Cape Coral coming in 9th place. And Durham, North Carolina. North Carolina is a surprising one because a lot of people left here to go there. I've been hearing North Carolina weakening a little bit, but it depends on the area, I guess, as well. Not surprised to see Cape Coral on here. What month was this based on? They don't tell you. Okay. Because we did just go over Cape Coyle's numbers in the previous video, and they were a bit substantially higher than that, depending on what they were looking at, either median or median sales price. That's about there. Median for our numbers was about 4.7 drop in Cape Coral, but 9,600 homes on the market in the month of April. So as we know, guys, a lot of the price surging here over the previous couple of years was fueled by speculative investment that has turned out to be almost an absolute disaster for most people. Whether that was a short-term rental, they were going to flip something, they were going to build 20 new houses and sell them all. Either way, it doesn't seem to be the case. But a lot of it, and we've talked about it before, has been the short-term rental, mostly the Airbnb, VRBO short-term rental problem. Now, Montana, apparently, I was reading this article the other day, Montana was hit very, very hard by this as well. Everybody apparently came out of California, flocked into Montana, bought up all the property, drove all the prices up, and now tried to turn everything into short-term rentals there or vacation homes as well. As we turn here, guys, I don't know if you can see Sunseeker way back there in the distance. There she is. There's some guy approaching me slowly and creepily. We're going to see how this shakes out. But, okay. Hopefully this is harmless. But a little unnerving in any event. So we'll just keep walking and we'll play it cool. But apparently Montana is passing a law that is going to almost double the property tax on investment properties or short-term rentals, but pretty much for out-of-state owners at all. So that got me thinking, if that, New York had done some things like this. They banned short-term rentals in some cases. It put a lot of listings on the market that were being used for that. Now, did it affect the housing market there? Probably not in New York City, but someplace like Montana, that might make a big difference. And from what it was proposed, and I'll link this article below as well, I mean, you're talking double your carrying costs now if you don't live in this home. If you use it either as a vacation home or you use it as a short-term rental, going to just destroy your profitability. There's going to be no way that, I can't see, because the market's struggling already. I can't see doubling a short-term rental investor's tax burden to making the cash flow any better if people can't pay, and the market's oversaturated as it is. I found that very, very interesting. And I know a lot of people would like that done here. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you approve of that if they propose that in Florida, that, basically non-residents have double the property tax rate? We've been talking about property tax a lot down here. Did a whole video on how, when they were kicking around the idea of just eliminating property tax, that I didn't really see that coming to fruition. And the medicine might have been worse than the disease. So, you could go back and watch that video if you're interested in why I feel that way. I just don't think that is ever going to happen. Let me know your comments below what you guys think about a proposal like this. Would you support it? Do you think it would help us and hurt us, or hurt us? I could tell you, I think it would be very tough, because it's going to dissuade a lot of our second homeowners, a lot of our tourism industry, which unfortunately, Florida relies on that quite heavily. And I can't see taxing that demographic that brings so much money and potential wealth into the state in such a way that it would drive them out, because we don't really have the local economies to support losing that. So that's my personal opinion. I don't think it would work. I don't know where that orange truck went. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I don't know where that guy went, actually. But he freaked me out a little bit. So, I get it. I'm running around with a camera. I know. I expect it, guys. I don't get offended when people come out and want to see what I'm doing or talk to me about it. Mostly everybody's pretty nice. Every now and then we get a couple of confrontational things, but for the most part, everybody's pretty cool. And it's funny because, we'll have people come down and we'll have people move down, and they're like, oh, everybody's so nice and relaxed. And depending on where you're coming from, it's hard to be upset, in the sun every day. Some people find a way, don't get me wrong, but it does, it tends to improve the mood. Oh man, This guy doing this landscaping is very nice. You don't normally see that. So I just thought I'd highlight it. Nice house, sir. If I'm walking by your house, it's very nice landscaping. I like everything you got going on there. And because I did a brief walkthrough through Everly the other week when I was filming in Welland Park, you guys might have seen the video. I'm going to take you through one of their model homes there because these things are just crazy. Let me know what you think about this house. All right, guys, this is the Caravelle model. Has a 3-car garage, over 3,000 square feet with a pool, 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. This one is going to take a while to go through because I feel like a property like this cannot be rushed. It is just magnificent. When you come in, you saw the spacious living area. You've got a nice sized den, study, whatever you want to utilize that for, an office. The kitchen is a fabulous size and the pantry is amazing. I've never seen a pantry with a window. Maybe you guys have. I haven't, but I love it. So spinning back through here, this is a gas community, as you can see by the cooktop there. Very, very, very nice size island and just an awesome view of the entire living space from the kitchen here. This is a nice dining area. I'll spin us back through here to highlight that a little more. I want to start by going through the guest suites. Yeah, I'm going to call them guest suites because they all have their own bathrooms. So it's a split floor plan. The 3 bedrooms are on 3 different sides of the house and they all have their own bathroom and shower, which is really nice. So it gives you kind of unmatched privacy no matter how you utilize these rooms, if it's for family, friends, guests, relatives. And I'm going to cut right across into the primary quickly before we get back into that dining area. Because while this house is just magnificent all around, I really like what they did in the primary bedroom. Not only is it very spacious, I like the ceiling height, the trays. It's got an absolutely killer view of the pool area, but the pool's not necessarily in front of you on your window there, which I like too. The bath and laundry area in here blew me away. You got a his and hers closet. From the size of it, you guys can probably guess whose is whose. But very nice dual shower with a tub. If you guys want the option, a lot of people I've been showing homes to lately have been disappointed there are not tubs. So this has the tub. Bathroom is a great size. The vanity is a great size. But as I spin back here, I'm actually backing up into the laundry room, which connects to the other side of the house. This actually is going to basically loop us around here to the garage entrance. I think that is fabulous because just having access to the primary closets from the laundry room is spectacular. And I'll spin you really quickly back through the home. This is the primary dining area, just amazing views. I'm stumbling over my words looking at it because, and I'll show you that other room back there is pretty nice too. So this is your second guest suite. Again, off on its own, away from all the other rooms, all the other bedrooms. I've got its own shower and really nice pool access here too, which I like. That's your pool door, so you could use that to get in and out quickly. But then you also have a dedicated guest bath here. So this could be your pool bath. And I don't know what to necessarily make of this room as a classification right now. It looks like it's just kind of set up as a bar, a seating area. You could do so much stuff in here though. And when I turn around, the view that it affords to the pool is amazing. And all these sliders do open up as well. So just a really cool addition back here. Great for entertaining. I'll take you outside. I got stuck on the door, so we'll just cut to me outside because I couldn't get the door open. You have the outdoor kitchen, a nice size seating area here that's covered, but a lot of this section is covered, and which I think is great. And then it still gives you a lot of area for sun with a really, really nice pool. I like the sun shelf over there. And as you can see, before we end this video, there's still plenty of space under cover to stay shaded and enjoy outside as well. So let me know what you guys think about this property in the comments below. I actually showed that house to a couple friends of the channel a long time ago. Man, I think it was before Helena Milton, actually. So don't know if that ever sold. I'll have to check that out or if it got flooded. And most of the stuff around here got wet. As you guys can see, not very high elevated. Again, this is sailboat access water, so there was a lot of damage here. You guys can see right through the houses. I mean, the water's right back there. So not a lot to come up and a lot of areas hard hit around here. But that is the price you pay, for living on the water. There is a cost to being able to just jump in a boat and get out in the harbor and potentially the Gulf in a half an hour, which is the distance here. So that's, I think people know the risk. people of Punta Gorda Isles, I will say I appreciate you waving. People come by in their cars, staring at me like, what is this guy doing? They give a wave though, yeah, most of the time. So that's pretty cool. Like the general vibe around here. Again, sunshine, kind of hard to be angry all the time, but people will find a way. What is this bad boy in here? What is this little classic guy in there? Antique for sure. That's pretty cool. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. If you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, maybe comment below, and I'll see you next time.